What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. There is a lot that we need to talk about, so let's go. So before I get into the first story, I just want to let you guys know that I have a Facebook page that I just created, and it's a work in progress. But I'll be posting videos on there and everything else along the way. So if you type in my name, Bryant Collins, and you find this photo, that's my page. So feel free to follow it, and everything else along the way. I want to put the link down below on this video. But the first thing I want to talk about is, recently we see about the pipe bombings and everything, and they found the guy apparently. So an outspoken supporter of Trump, from South Florida, was charged on Friday for sending explosive packages to at least a dozen of Trump's critics, apparently bringing to a closed and attempted bombing spree that has griped the county since, sorry, not the county, the country, just ahead of the midterm elections. Now, the suspect was Cesar Sayoc Jr., who was 56 years old. He was arrested outside of a auto parts store near Fort Lauderdale after a fast-moving investigation in which the authorities said that they were able to pull off a fingerprint from one of the bomb packages and collect his DNA from two others. Now, Mr. Sayoc, who seemed to be living out in a van in Ventura, Florida, was taken into custody on the day when four more explosive packages were found, including two intended for United States senators, both Democrats. Now, a federal criminal complaint spells out his contempt for this week's many bomb threats, noting that Mr. Sayoc's van was slattered with images and slogans often found on fringe right-wing social media accounts. Now, the complaint identifies a Twitter account that authorities have used since he's going against Democrats' figures, and it notes that both his social media messages and the bomb packages use the same misspelling. Hillary Clinton, missing one L for Trump's 2016 opponent. Now, Mr. Sayoc often frequently posted on right-wing social media groups, and that's what the authority says. And on Facebook, he published photos of a Trump rally he attended during the 2016 presidential election, and he was wearing a MAGA hat, Make America Great hat. And of the four bombs that were discovered in his van, one of them was addressed to Senator Cory Booker, New Jersey Democrat. Another was going to be sent out to James R. Clapper Jr., a former director of national intelligence, and a third was intercepted before it reached Senator Kamala Harris, a California Democrat. Now, the fourth one, it was to go to Tom Sayer, I'm not sure how to say his name correctly, prominent Democrat donor found in a California mail center. In all, Mr. Sayoc is believed to have sent out 14 bombs to 12 targets, all of whom are regularly, disagreeing with, Trump and everything else that he stands for. And at a news conference in Washington, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, announced that Mr. Sayoc has been charged with 5 federal crimes, including the interstate transportation of an explosive, the illegal mailing of explosives, and making a threat against a former president and others. Now, the packages that Mr. Sayoc had included photos of the intended targets, each one marked with a red X, according to the criminal complaint. And speaking of the White House, earlier on Friday, Trump praised, the law enforcement for arresting the suspect and everything along the way. He says these terrorizing acts are despicable and have no place in our country, he said. However, in a rally on Friday in Charlotte, North Carolina, Trump accused the news media of trying to use Mr. Sayoc's political leanings to score political points against himself and the Republican Party. He went on saying that, the media has tried to attack the incredible Americans who support our movement to give back power to the people. I did that. Yeah, you don't even know what the hell you saying sometimes, do you, Trump? No, actually, you really have no idea what you say once your mouth opens. You look like a big old carrot top. So it just, it's you can see the photo, like you can see where all the boundaries set out via in the U.S. And I'm glad that the guy was captured and everything along the way. It just goes to show you what is going on in our nation. People think nothing's going on, but in reality, there is a lot that is going on. And trust me on that. Now, with all of this hatred, it's not just because people are like of a different party. It's also because of religion. It's also because of the color of their skin. If you guys don't know about the whole Pittsburgh shooting, recently on Sunday, they have identified 11 victims of a shooting rampage at a Pittsburgh synagogue in which a man armed with the AR-15 assault rifle and 3 handguns shot into a morning worship service and the deadliest attack against the Jewish community in the United States in decades. Now, amongst that, they included 8 men and 3 women. The oldest victim, Rose Mallinger of Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh, was 97 years old, and the youngest was 2 brothers, David and Cecile, were aged 54 and 59. Now, the authorities have identified the gunman as Robert Bowers, who is 46, and he appeared to have been acting alone on Saturday when this happened. And he stormed into the Tree of Life congregation where worshipers have gathered in separate rooms to celebrate their faith, and he basically shot wildly into the crowd. Now, when this happened, the local CBS reported that eyewitnesses heard the shooter say, "All Jews must die," before firing into the morning Shabbat service, the busiest time which for most synagogues. Now, Roberts, apparently, this was going on. Apparently, Roberts was leaving the synagogue when officers dressed in tactical gear and armed rifles met him at the door. And according to police, Mr. Bowers exchanged gunfire with officers before retreating back inside and barricading himself inside of a three-floor room. Now, I'm not sure what story is correct and everything along the way, but who knows? But federal officials have charged Mr. Bowers with 29 criminal counts. This includes, obstructing the free exercise of religious beliefs, a hate crime, and using a firearm to commit murder, all of which carry the death penalty. He also faces state charges, including 11 counts of criminal homicide, 6 counts of aggravated assault, and 13 counts of ethnic intimidation. Now, when you look him up, you see he has no previous criminal history. So, it's a lot going on there. Now, this shooting is amid a steady increase in anti-Semitic incidents and hate crimes that's been going on since the 2016 presidential election campaign season has started, and in particular, the inauguration of Donald Trump. Now, the FBI have found in 2016, the most recent year for which data was available, there has been an increase at almost 5% of hate crimes since 2015 and 10% since 2014. Of the 1,273 crimes for which the FBI have found a motivation of religious hatred, about 20% of it was, against, half of it was against Jews. And in the last year for which the complete data is available, the Anti-Defamation League, ADL, an advocacy group dedicated to combating anti-Semitics, found that there has been 1,986 reported incidents in the U.S. last year, including acts of vandalism as well as physical violence. Now, this figure, was an 50% increase since 2016, and itself has seen a 35% uptake in incidents from 2015. Now, like I said, there is a lot going on with this nation. We have so much hatred against a lot of things. Now, if you guys remember, during events like the 2017 Unite the Rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, right-wing extremists openly recited Nazi slogans and carried Nazi paraphernalia. And this month alone, Donald Trump blamed Soros for funding the activists for the nomination of now Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, who was accused of multiple instances of sexual assault. Now, more recently, Representative Matt Gaetz, as well as Kelly Johnson, an executive vice president for Campbell Soup, blamed Soros for financially supporting the Honduran migrant caravan making its way to the United States border, accusing Soros of being in control of migrants and refugees. People, we need to stop this. We basically need to stop all this hatred. We need to stop all this violence, everything else along the way. As you can see, I went and voted today. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I went and voted, okay? My vote makes a difference. Your vote makes a difference. Everybody's vote will make a difference. So you need to go out there and you need to stop all this hatred. You need to stop all this racism, everything out there. And if you think I'm lying, well, let me know, okay? Because I care about everyone, no matter what. Okay, and you guys who watch my videos, you guys who are friends with me, you guys mean the world to me no matter what. Even if we haven't met yet, you still mean the world to me. Okay? Now, for that being said, I want you guys to tell me what your opinions are about this whole Pittsburgh shooting, about the whole pipe bombings, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let people know I'm out there for you guys, because I'm always out there for you guys no matter what. And whenever you subscribe, hit that little bell to let you know that I'm always posting a video. Okay? Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love all you guys no matter what. Okay? Peace out.